I hope this video finds you happy, healthy, and safe. If you're new here, my name is Rhonda with Rhonda's Craft Frenzy. And if you're not new, thank you so much for stopping back. I really appreciate all the time that you spend with me, every single second of it. Today I'm going to get into my fall decor, as I've been doing for the last few weeks. I'm in love with these colors. I love everything about it. So let's not chat anymore. I'll beat you to the craft table. I had 2 of those tall signs from the Dollar Tree. I laid them side by side and glued large craft sticks on the back just to hold them together. I then flipped it over and rubbed plaster in the middle of the boards and any other lumps or spots that were on there. I used a piece of this in an earlier craft, so it wasn't exactly perfect. The next step was to paint it. I used Waverly's Truffle chalk paint here, but you'll notice that I changed the color in the end. I went over that brown with plaster covered chalk paint, also by Waverly. I then got this idea to use these 2 crates from the Dollar Tree on the bottom of my sign. I used Elmer's wood glue and hot glue and glued them together the long way and let that sit aside to dry. And once that was set or dry, I'm not really sure what you say here. I'm always unsure if glue dries or if it sets. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Anyways, I painted it with Waverly's Truffle colored chalk paint, and that only took 1 coat. Now I'm sure I've been bragging about these calendars from the Dollar Tree, but they have so many uses. You would have thought I hit the jackpot when I found 3 this year. I was super excited. Anyways, I picked a page that I liked in one of the books first. Then I used chalkboard stickers from the Dollar Tree, because I found that when you Mod Podge these pages onto a lighter surface, the back tends to come through, but as long as you use a darker color under the page, it doesn't happen. So this is why I got the idea to use these chalkboard stickers. Perfect remedy and a great hack. So here I'm measuring up where to place that image on my sign. I used a ruler and a pencil to mark out where the chalkboard sticker will sit. I wanted to be sure it fit right under that image so it wouldn't be seen. And here you'll see how I changed that color. I liked the brown color, but it was so dark and my image was darker too, so I felt that my picture was getting lost on my sign. But anyways, I peeled the back and laid them in place. The next thing to do was to put that picture over the chalkboard sticker, and to do this, I used a glue stick. I have better luck using those glue sticks first when I'm going to Mod Podge over. I tend to be really heavy on the Mod Podge, and then I get more wrinkles than I want, but do it whatever way you're comfortable with. Once that sign was dry, I decided to frame it, and you don't have to do this part, but I think it makes it look more finished and a little higher end looking. Use whatever you have on hand. I use coffee stirrers for mine, but you can use craft sticks or skewer sticks or wooden beads. You can use stickers. There's so many options, and all of them you can get at the Dollar Tree. I did end up staining my sticks, and I used antique wax. I wanted it to match the planner part, but again, that's optional as well. I sized them up, I cut them using my miter shears, and then using hot glue, I placed them around my sign. Now it's time to decorate my box. I used a floral foam block. I cut it in to fit the box, then I hot glued it down inside of it. I used all different kinds of pumpkins and fall looking florals, whatever I had on hand from last year, because I'm still waiting for fall supplies in my local Dollar Tree. I've been stocking that place because I'm crazy, but I'm so excited to get some new supplies to work with. Well, I'm happy to have the leftovers from last year to at least get started with. And this is what it looked like with just some of those pumpkins in it. Here you will see how I filled in some of the space with leaves, and I'm putting in some moss so you can't see through it anywhere as well. And here it is all finished up. I just had to use that sweet little owl. Is he the cutest thing ever? And the last thing I had to do was get that box onto that sign. I used Elmer's wood glue and hot glue for that. And then I added a wire hanger and I put a few beads on that, and this was done. I hope you like it as much as I do. It screams fall and it's so pretty. So for my next one, and much easier than the first one, I wanted to redo this tray that sits on my kitchen table. So I started by sanding it out smooth because it was all lumpy and bumpy. The next thing I did was I spray painted it with matte ink blue by Krylon. I did this on the front and the back, and it took one coat. I picked another image through one of my calendars and cut that out. And then I Mod Podged it into the center of my tray as best I could center it. My glue stick dried up, so I had to use the Mod Podge instead. As I mentioned before, I'm not best at this method, but I was keeping it and I was okay with it not being perfect. Lastly, I added a pretty thick coat of Mod Podge over the entire surface just to protect it. And lastly, I wanted it to sit up a little bit onto the table, so I used this wooden shallow dish that I had. I used E6000 and hot glue, and that was it. I love the updated version. I think it's beautiful with that blue, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using more blue in my fall decor this year. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do appreciate you spending your time here with me, and I hope you found some inspiration in my video. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you saw something you like, hit that thumbs up button. Don't be shy with those comments. I hope to see you next time, and until then, keep those glue guns at the ready.